Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I am doing the twin flame soulmate reading for this week. This eclipse energy has been insane. I can't even begin to describe the major shift that took place on the 27th. That's when the eclipse was, right? The 27th. I had such a major shift in terms of my twin flame, I guess you could say, soulmate experience, and I know a lot of other people have experienced that as well. Some people have been doing really well with it, some people have not. So I did pull cards for you earlier. I'm trying not to like shuffle on the table because in my other videos it's so loud when I'm like banging and shuffling on the table, so I'm trying to shuffle underneath the table. So I know that I meditated earlier on your energy, and what I picked up on was a lot of you still being chained or still feeling bound to your soulmate, still feeling that kind of codependent energy. And I feel like that energy is definitely falling away. I definitely feel like it's some cycle that's coming to an end, so you won't have to worry about it for too much longer. But I can sense that a lot of you are still dealing with that energy. And also, when I was meditating on your energy, a song came to mind, which is interesting because sometimes God communicates with me through song and movies and things like that. So a song came to mind. It was a song from the movie Sweeney Todd. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a great movie. You should watch it. And it's the song Greenfinch. I don't know if it's called Greenfinch and Linnet Bird. It might be called. And basically it's the scene in the movie where Joanna is trapped in her room and she is singing about how she feels trapped and contained and confined, and that she's looking at her birds in her room. They're inside of a cage, and she is telling them to teach her how to sing. Like, how is it possible that you can still sing this joyful song, like birds are still chirping, singing their song, while you're inside of a cage? And she's wondering, how is it possible to feel so constricted? Like, she's wondering how to get through that energy of feeling constricted so that she can still sing. There's like a line in the song where she goes, "If I cannot fly, teach me to sing." So I feel like that's what a lot of you are going through right now, and I feel like that's why the song was sent to me in meditation, because a lot of you are in a space where you feel so confined. You're trying to figure out a way to just live your life. Like, you're trying to figure out a way to sing within your cage. Like, you can't fly out of it at the moment, so you're trying to figure out a way to get through the energy and just live life and try to find like your happy place. So let's look at the cards and see what's going on here. And I also want to point out that in the movie Sweeney Todd, if you don't know the what is it called? The plot of it. I'm going to make this really quick so I can get to the cards. Basically, in the movie, Joanna's mother, trigger warning here, is sexual abuse I'm about to talk about, but it's not anything, I won't say anything too triggering, so you don't have to fast forward it, I don't think. But Joanna's mother was sexually assaulted, and her father was falsely accused of a crime, obviously falsely accused, that he did not commit, because the judge was in love with his wife. So he sent Sweeney Todd, who's her father, he sent him away because he was in love with Sweeney Todd's wife. So after he sent him away, and then he sexually assaulted Joanna's mother took like some poison to try to kill herself, and basically Joanna was left in the care of the man who did all these like atrocities to her family. And the connection that I made to that, because the song obviously came to me for a reason, the movie came to me for a reason, the connection I made to that in terms of the twin flame experience is that a lot of you think that you are bound and stuck to your twin flame or to your soulmate, but you're really not. What's actually keeping you bound and stuck is your family's trauma. Because if you think about it, Joanna was being imprisoned by the judge who, you know, tormented her mother, and, you know, did horrible things to her father and her mother. But I feel as though that judge was representing, like, bear with me here. I have a point here. Bear with me. I feel like that judge is more so representing her family trauma, and that's what's keeping her stuck and bound. And I feel like a lot of twin flames and soulmates at the moment in this cycle, they think it's their love for their twin flames keeping them bound, but it's not. It's actually past generations of codependency, of toxic attachment, of trauma, of lower vibrational love. I don't know if you can even have love at a lower vibration. You can't, because love at a lower vibration would be fear. So a lot of our families, generations back, have been experiencing these cycles over and over and over of codependency, of, you know, just this fear-based love, you know, cheating, lying, infidelity, like all these things our family has been through, and that gets encoded into your DNA. Like that gets passed down to you. Your family trauma gets passed down to you. And a lot of us in this soulmate twin flame cycle are here to actually break those generational curses. And so you think, you know, you're failing at your soulmate or twin flame journey because you can't detach, but it's the trauma that's keeping you attached, and it's teaching you, it's basically keeping you stuck and bound while you are being worked on behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying? Like while your soul is elevating, you think you're not making progress, but you really truly are. And it's funny because in that movie Sweeney Todd, in that scene when Joanna's singing, she's singing out of the window, and she thinks that she is not making progress. Obviously, she thinks she's stuck and bound, but little does she know that outside the window is this man that falls in love with her, and then he makes it his mission to break her out of that bind that she's in. And so, again, I felt like that was significant because it's like a lot of you are in that same position where you are thinking that, you know, you are failing, or that you are not growing, or that things are just not right because you still feel stuck. But I feel like you don't even see that you are about to have a breakthrough, and that spirit, God, the divine, whatever you want to, you know, identify with, is that boy outside of the window that has already made it his mission to break you out of this. And so you don't have to worry. So if you have not seen Sweeney Todd, definitely check it out. But let's get into these cards. I feel like that was the longest introduction ever. Three of Cups. Okay, that came out in meditation earlier, so that makes sense. Knight of Cups. King of Swords. That King of Swords, she keeps coming out. I meditated earlier and pulled cards 3 times, and the King of Swords came out 3 times. So we have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Swords. So with this Three of Cups being in reverse, I'm seeing it as 2 things. It could be read as you feeling depressed, you feeling down, a lack of joy in your life, a lack of fulfillment. And this came out in last week's reading, I believe, or the week before that. I know this card definitely came out in one of the soulmate readings. This feeling of just not being content with life. And I read this card, I'm like, when I look at the decorations in this card, it reminds me of autumn. So I feel as though some of you have been dealing with this since last fall, this feeling of discontentment, or this could be when your twin flame soulmate situation kind of fell to pieces. So I feel like that energy is still present within you. But also, I feel like if you were involved in a third-party situation, meaning that your twin flame left you for someone else, or there was someone else involved, not just twin flame, but soulmate. Because it's some people who aren't twin flames who are watching this who are soulmates as well. So if you were involved, like I said, with someone who had someone else, or had to choose between you and someone else, or cheated on you, like something along those lines, I feel like that energy is starting to fall away, meaning that you're about to come out of that energy very soon. So just hang in there. Even if you think about it and it still triggers you, I feel like what this card is saying is that things can change in an instant. So you may think that it's going to take you a very long time to get over this betrayal, but I feel like something's going to happen, like some energy shift's going to take place where it's just going to fall away from you, and you're not even going to see it happening. It's like you're going to one day still be triggered by this, still be like very upset by this energy, or thinking about this past event, this third party situation, and then the next day it's going to be like that it never happened. And a lot of you are probably hearing this and thinking like there's no way that's possible. That's very possible. I've actually had that happen to me on numerous occasions where I thought that a certain trauma or a certain energy of like pain and triggering was going to stay with me for a long time, and then next thing you know, I woke up one day and it was gone. And like they say, miracles collapse time. So if you have faith and you have a strong connection to God and you are praying on it, you can absolutely overcome anything that you've been through. God has the ability, like I said, miracles collapse time. So you could think, oh, it's going to take me a year to get over this, and next thing you know, you can be over it. So then I have the Knight of Cups here, and then I have the King of Swords here. So I'm seeing the Knight of Cups as offering something to this King of Swords. And okay, because this energy came up last week as well, some of you are still thinking about offering to your twin flame or to your soulmate, but that's normal. I feel like that's normal to want to, oh, it's this is how it looked on the desk, to want to offer something to this person, because if you look at the King of Swords, it looks like somebody with high authority, someone that you put up on a pedestal, someone who like, it's basically someone who has the decision, like they get to decide, you know, the fate of the connection. And I feel like some of you are still wanting to come in and offer something to this person, and I feel like that's not the way it's supposed to go. If they are the ones who have done you wrong, they don't get to decide the fate of the connection. You do. Because you are the one who has been acting in integrity. You are the one who has been genuine. So they don't get to decide anything. And that's why if you have been trying to offer something to your soulmate or twin flame, you have not been successful. Because they don't get to call the shots when they have done you wrong. God's not going to allow that to happen. And some of you might think that that is a punishment. Like, oh, I keep on trying to offer my love to this person and they keep rejecting me. Why? Like, I'm so genuine. I'm so this. I'm so that. Yes. And that's exactly why you're getting blocked and cut off. Because God will not allow that. God will not allow you to go out sad like that. God will not allow you to constantly take your energy, your positive love, high vibrational energy, and give it to someone who is not appreciating it. So what I'm seeing here is that they don't get to call the shots. And that's why you are getting blocked, is what I'm seeing here. And it's funny because some of you are getting blocked and you're thinking that because you're getting blocked, that means that they have control over the situation. But it's not true. It's like they're being divinely guided not to accept your offer, is what I'm seeing. Because they don't deserve your offer. Like, not saying that they are bad people, but they have not acted in integrity, is what I'm seeing. A lot of them live in their head space and not their heart space, so they do things without empathy or without thinking about how it's going to affect you emotionally, and therefore they do not get to decide. You are the one who gets to decide, because you've been the one who's been acting in integrity. You hold the power within yourself, because you're, like I said, you are the one who has been acting from your heart space. So for some of you, if you're not thinking about offering to this person, they are thinking about offering to you, and you are going to have to make the decision of whether or not you want to take them back. But I feel like this is not a future outcome thing. I feel like if that was going to happen, I feel like it's already happened. They may have tried to reach out to you already, and now you are kind of in a space where you have to make the decision. But I feel like that's for a smaller group of you. I feel like for most of you, you're thinking about making the offer, and it's just like a last-ditch effort to try to control the situation, which is understandable. Again, like, no judgment here at all, because when you have this strong pull or connection towards someone, naturally you want to control it, because you feel out of control, because your feelings are so strong. You feel like you have no control of your feelings, so you want to control them or control the situation by any means necessary. So that means offering them love, trying to get them to talk to you, get them to acknowledge you. But again, I'm just saying that they're still acting from their head space instead of their heart space. And you just deserve someone who's going to act from their heart space. So the Four of Wands in reverse came out. And I said yikes because, again, that card kept coming out in meditation. And I see the Four of Wands as the twin flame number, the 1111, in the card. And it being in the reverse, meaning a lot of people are losing faith when it comes to the twin flame journey. Or just if you're in separation from a soulmate, a lot of you are losing faith. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because, how do I put this? These connections are different than third dimensional connections, meaning this is not the same as any relationship that you've ever been in, so different rules apply. But at the same time, gosh, how do I want to put this? Okay, even though this is different from a third dimensional relationship and different rules apply, there are some rules that apply to third dimensional relationships that you have to apply to this as well. Some people are so lost in the fact that this is my twin flame or my soulmate that they are completely forgetting that we still live in the real world. We still are human beings having a human experience. And what do you need to do in order to get over someone that you no longer want to have connection or feelings with? If it, like, take away the spirituality, take away watching the tarot readings, take away the fact that you know this is your twin flame, you know this is your life partner, take away that fact and just think about, from a human perspective, what do you need to do in order to get over a connection? You have to lose what? Faith and hope. Because if you have both of those things, faith and hope, you will hold on to those connections with a vice grip. So I feel like some of you are losing hope in it, and you're seeing that as a bad thing, but I feel like it's not a bad thing. I feel like it's not. If this energy is falling away and you're starting to lose faith or hope, or you're starting to be like, I don't even know if this is even my twin flame, I don't know if this is even my life partner, I don't know, that's a good thing. because we're still humans, and so we still kind of have to take a human approach to this connection, meaning that you have to still do things to get over that person like you would do with any other relationship, meaning putting your attention elsewhere, not watching, you know, cross-watching their astrological sign, like things like that. You see what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. So let me see this Knight of Cups, the Justice card. King of Pentacles, okay. So the Justice card is coming up, clarifying the Knight of Cups. So with the Justice card, again, it's this energy coming back around of someone being done wrong in the past. If you have not been treated fairly or correctly, that justice is coming right back around to you in the form of either them getting their karma or you getting your good karma, or both, actually. And I'm seeing that because it's clarifying the Knight of Cups, though, I'm seeing that again, it's this strong message in my mind of you really not understanding that them blocking you off is a form of justice for you, because they did not treat you correctly, and them not responding to your text or them not accepting your offer, that's actually justice in your favor, because I'm seeing that this person has not really grown much. I'm seeing that they haven't grown much. I'm seeing with the King of Swords here being with the King of Pentacles, I'm seeing that this person still has a lot of, like, they still act from their headspace instead of their heart, and they're very focused on money and career. So, I mean, that's good, but I feel like I'm not seeing enough emotion on their end, and so therefore I'm feeling like their heart space is still not completely open. Oh, sorry, that's my alarm. I feel like their heart space is still not completely open, and I feel like a lot of you don't see that it is justice within itself, that they are not accepting your offer, or some of you are not seeing it, but you're going to see it. I'm going to pull one more for each, and these are the cards that we're going to look at in the extended. Okay, Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, Four of Cups in reverse. And the Five of... It's so crazy. I keep on, like, if you keep seeing my facial expressions, it's because when I meditated earlier, like, all these cards came out. So it's funny how they're all coming out again. But, you know, that's how tarot works. I'm just so amazed by it every time. So I'm going to show you them individually. So we have the Five of Wands here that's coming up. The card of conflict. Internal and external conflict is what I'm seeing. The Six of Wands in reverse. Can you see that? The Six of Wands in reverse. And to me, the energy that I'm getting from this card is an energy of feeling defeated, an energy of someone being humbled, being knocked off their high horse. And then I'm seeing the Four of Cups here in the reverse, and this is letting go of the past, or moving into an energy of letting go on the past. So those are the three cards that we will start with in the extended, and I will leave that in the description box down below. So I will see you over there. Bye.